In this episode, we will discuss boundary management. We will have a look at a real-life situation that requires the manager to think out of the box and manage at a higher OI level. Crime, a common occurrence in our society. Often the value lost to the company outweighs the value to the criminal 1,000 to 1, as in this real-life example. At the ski resort, a thief stole steel cables. Stan, an employee, together with two of his colleagues, discovered the crime scene and reported it to the HR manager. The thief hit a second night, but luckily he was caught. The local police phoned the general manager and asked that Stan and his team go to the police station to officially report the first incident. When the general manager contacted him to inform him that he must go to the police station, this was his response.
I don't even know what to say because this is so messed up. If the police came in the first place, they should have written the statement there. You now catch the thief. 2 weeks later, people who should give the evidence is the people who were there who caught the thief, not us. You reported the case to the police. Yes, you did our part, not us. That's not how things work. I'm not going to do that. That is not my job. Okay, you failed to provide a vehicle to come with the first time, so I'm not going to clean up anyone's mess here. I'm not going to do it. We are not going to do it.
For reasons unknown, Stan feels threatened and reacts in his primitive brain. Stan crosses a definite boundary by refusing a very reasonable request. No one would blink an eyelid if the general manager reacts by enforcing the rules and regulations and following the protocol to eliminate this kind of behavior from the organization. Punitive punishment must follow. This is an example of a Z-brain management style, where the manager zooms in on the issue at hand, losing sight of the bigger picture.
Hello Stan, thank you for coming. It's a very awkward situation for me.
The conversation revolves around the reporting of the faults, showing off the obvious safety and security issues. Words like very serious allegation, evidence, insubordination, and final warning pops up. If you think about it, the manager is saying what the accuser already knows.
You know that you were insubordinated. We were requesting you to go to the police station. You refused to do that.
By applying punitive punishment, the primitive brain is activated. The threats, reprimanding, and fault-finding creates the feeling of, I'm not safe, I'm not okay. And the mind is shut to constructive reasoning as centers only around survival. Punitive punishment raises anxiety and lowers the volition of the employee. It activates the self-preservation reaction and causes either a fight, flight, or freeze reaction. This in turn contributes to a multiplier effect, causing collateral damage to the ecosystem.
We were 3 guys. I'm the only one who getting a written warning. I'm so angry and frustrated. From now on, I'm just gonna do my job and that is it.
This is the opposite result of what is needed in businesses and organizations. Humans who apply punitive punishment confirm their ignorance and prove that they know nothing of the human brain. They act on an A1 level and are unconscious of their incompetence regarding the brain optimization. So what would an OI smart management style look like?
So here is my drill sergeant, my army drill sergeant. It is my teaching tool so that you never forget what I'm going to teach you. As opposed to punitive punishment in an organization, I want to teach you the empowering method. There's 7 points that is empowering and proactive to prevent you from having to pull and push or discipline people or give them warnings and threaten them. We're in the modern age. We don't need to do that anymore. Humans don't appreciate that it doesn't work. So this method is what works. So there's 7 points that we have to apply as managers to prevent punitive punishment. The first one is end result. Now the end result, you can see that would be the eyes. So the end result means that the staff, all humans have to understand what is the end result of the company. What is the goal, the vision, where are we going to, what does it look like? We've got to do a lot of work to facilitate the end result. Then the second one is happy hormones. So happy hormone secretion has to be a fundamental principle and lifestyle in your organization, where you understand how to bring in happy hormone secretion in everything we do, much more than stress hormone secretion. And if you have a much bigger balance of happy hormone secretion than stress hormones, then people are much more likely to do the right thing and to want to focus towards the end result of the organization. Point number 3, power partners. Power partners are external people that you bring in, that brings fresh blood into the organization, and that helps to achieve 1 + 1 is 5, that makes things better. If you are just doing your own little thing in your closed little circuit, you lose perspective. You need to get new people in. If you've got new people in, then we've got new role models, and very likely the staff in your organization would want to achieve the end result and not just start doing naughty things. Then point number 4, power zappers. So that is PP, power partners, power zappers. Now power zappers are to be able to have a consciousness of what's all the things that could zap human power, or human volition, we call it. Human volition, the willpower of a human. So the more clever you become to know what in your ecosystem or your environment zaps humans' power, the more you can identify it, put it up on a board, and make sure that every single human knows that, hey, I'm a power zapper when I do this or do that. And then we stop behaving like that to agitate the ecosystem. Point number 5, that is co-ownership. Co-ownership is where we are all understanding the end result, and every human plays a very pertinent part, and it's very well defined. We define it in the string tools. In all the tasks that happen in an organization, you've got the string tools, and you define it in the string tools, and you take co-ownership, so you're never alone. There's always a way that people work together to achieve the end result. So co-ownership is the buy-in. Then point number 6 is just right challenges. When humans are having challenges, that's not too big and not too small, but just right, they are getting that feeling of accomplishment. I can, they secrete the happy hormones, and then they move forward. They take up a bigger challenge. They are busy paving out their bright new future. They haven't got time for naughty activities, and they are very unlikely that we ever have to punish them. And that creates an enthused environment when humans are full of just right challenges. The problem is, if humans are in the same job all the time and stay in the same job for 20 years in the same job, how could they get just right challenges? They're going to become complacent, and they're going to start playing power over people and become power zappers. So we've got to keep humans in their just right challenge state, so that they're always in their optimum growth state. Lastly, equalization. It doesn't help you to be the boss and think you are better and show everybody how many qualifications and what smart cars you're driving, because you basically then don't equalize. You play power over humans, even if it is in the body language, even just indirectly. You then power zap the human so that they feel inferior and you superior, and then that takes their volition away, and that can create problems. They can feel that they are have-nots that need to have, and that creates then the punitive approach, and you're back to square one in that punitive state where you've got to punish and take people for disciplinary hearings. This is your answer.
Boundary management instead of punitive punishment. You must always keep in mind that in front of you is a person under construction, just as you yourself are under construction. Therefore, you have to evaluate what the appropriate response will be to address the matter at hand, but at the same time, help this person become an optimum human. So what does boundary management look like?
Some sugar?
Only one for me.
In our example, the first thing Vivian does is to equalize by meeting Stan at a coffee shop.
So thank you for coming.
To equalize means to put myself in your shoes, to get off your high horse and lower yourself to the same level, seeing eye to eye.
It's crazy what the thief did.
But I reported it was the first time.
Yeah.
It's obvious that Stan feels uncomfortable and is in a defense mode. So Vivian very casually breaks down the
The
defenses.
final statement, because we caught the thief. Now we've got to make the magistrate court case, and that's why they needed your specific report at the police station.
Why for the second time? Why didn't the police come to us? Oh,
Cool. This is for you. You're the sweet tooth. This is nice. Thank you very much. Cool. So it's because the police were calling us that you must go to the police station so that you can actually do a final interview with the police and that you can get the evidence from that. So that is why you know what is the end result? What is the end result that we're trying to achieve with the whole objective of the police calling you?
Note how she mentions the ER of the meeting.
catch the thief.
By doing this, she zooms out to create the bigger picture. The attention is drawn away from Stan and is now being included in the end result. This helps to get the anxiety down.
Win the court case. So your evidence and your testimony was going to be very, very important. It's like a soccer game. An organization is like a soccer game. You're a soccer player and I'm a soccer player, and we all have got one aim, and that is to win that game. And in this case, it was to catch the thief so that he stops coming in the night and stealing our cables. So you're a soccer player. You are part of our soccer team.
Including Stan as part of the team puts the ball back in his court. The onus is now on him to prove that he is a worthy member of the team. He reacts to the challenge, acknowledging his willingness to
I
cooperate.
think I have some information that I didn't give the first time.
Should he now be asked for further cooperation, like going to the police station, he likely would be willing to play his part.
Yes, I will do.
I mean, you're going to win the game for us. You're going to be the main guy if you do that. That's basically what we need. Wow. Thank you very much.
Boundary management is all about managing current challenges while building a platform for transparency and open communication.